Okay, just a couple of announcements before we start up. First of all, just a reminder to those student athletes with us here today that no photos can be taken with Coach Ollie per to NCAA regulations and rules. So this is very important for our student athletes that are here today. We really appreciate you being here, and I know that a lot of you would love to have pictures taken, but the NCAA has rules on that for our student athletes throughout the country. Also, thanks to the University of Connecticut, there's complimentary tickets for tonight's UConn-Memphis game at 7 o'clock. Chris Mead will be over to my right, my left, your right. There's a sign up that says UConn tickets. You just go over there and get them and get get the tickets and get ready to cheer loud for a big upset tonight over Memphis. So hopefully we can get a lot. I know a lot of people here have season tickets, but make a phone call, bring some people, and enjoy the game. It should be a fun night. Also, I'd like to introduce those people at the head table that aren't speaking. Hold your applause to the end. Mayor Dan Drew from the city of Middletown. Mayor Enzo Fienza from the town of Cromwell. Dave Benedict, our unbelievable great athletic director at the University of Connecticut. Jay Polk, our first vice chair of the chamber. And a legend in the state of Connecticut as both a high school athlete, a college athlete, a college coach who coached both at UConn and at Central Connecticut State University, a great friend of mine when I was over the CSU system, and I know he's a very, very close friend of Kevin's, Howie Dickerman. Let's have a real round of applause for Howie. Also, we have with us from Wesleyan, another terrific athletic director who does a great job. And as you know, a couple of weeks ago, there was a game at Wesleyan that they won really at the end of the game. And people were admitted from the chamber free to that. And we really appreciate Mike Whalen and everything he's doing for Wesleyan University. And another outstanding high school athlete in the state of Connecticut who went on to coach up in Maine and then has come back as the head coach at Wesleyan University from a long line of unbelievable coaches, Joe Riley. We also have with us Ann Evans, who does a great job from the Department of Commerce here, based in Middletown, and Jason Soucy from the Travelers Championship. So it gives me now a great honor to introduce our chairman this year. Our membership has been unbelievable, off the charts. As I said to our executive committee on Monday, the first 3 months of this year, I've been at the chamber for 34 years. This is the largest increase of new members that we've had. A lot of them have to do with all of you people here in this room that support the chamber, come to these events. So it's been a great year for Rick Morin, our chairman.
Great. Thank you, Larry. I want to just echo what Larry said. I've got quite an impressive list here of new members, so bear with me. I'm going to read through it. And I'd like to thank the chamber staff and all you members who've done a fantastic job keeping our membership growing. So with that, we've got 568 Systems, Inc. out of Berlin. And if just hold our applause till I get through the list. We have Cricket Wireless Mobile Link in Middletown, Eventful Edge, Cheshire, Grown right here in Middletown, Jack's Country Restaurant, Higganum, Lewitz, Beloitz, Wallach, Rayner, and Giroux, LLC, Old Saybrook, MDG Benefit Solutions, Branford, Integrated Employer Solutions, Hartford, Molly Maid of Central Connecticut in Cromwell, Off the Hook Cell Phone and Tablet Repair in Middletown, Pink & Company in Glastonbury, Riverbend Express in Middletown, and last but not least, Sylvia Homemade Pillows in Middletown. We have a round of applause for all our new members. And actually, if any of those members are actually here, if they could just stand up and be recognized. Great. Thank you and welcome. So we also, on your tables, as we usually do, we have the blue list of state and local officials that are in attendance. It's quite a list again. So any of them at your table, please thank them for what they do. And the highlight of my job here, we have some congratulations this month, and again we have a number of them here. We have Don DeVito from DATCO being recognized for being awarded the first Connecticut Convention and Sports Bureau Distinguished Leadership Award. We have and again, if the recipients or award winners are here, recognition, please stand up. We have Aidan Charles from CCNS LLC. He's being awarded the Connecticut Convention and Sports Bureau Thomas J. Shorrell Award, honoring Connecticut residents who have long-term successful sports career. Ian, round of applause. Next, we have Brendan Kelly from the Harding Development Group here in Middletown. He's being named Director of Sales for Harding Development Group. If he's here. And finally, we have David Eustace, Xavier High School, for being named Headmaster of Xavier High School. Great. And last, I just want to thank Connecticut for being the host and bringing UConn and Kevin Ollie to us, and look forward to hearing what he has to say. Thank you.
Aidan Charles was recognized, unbelievable athlete, but I would like to just say a couple of words about Pat Charles. This is her last event as superintendent of schools in the city of Middletown. We've been blessed to have her in leadership in Middletown. Also, as you know, our chamber is a full county chamber, so we go all the way from Cromwell to the north down to Westbrook, and she did a great job as superintendent at Westbrook. Pat is an individual that, as a superintendent, always was caring for the teachers and students. But more importantly, she embedded herself in the community to make sure that she listened to the community, she reacted to those people that had concerns, and that's why the Middletown system and Westbrook before that is doing such a great job with our students. So Pat, I just want to tell you a word of thanks. I've known Pat for a long period of time. She lived in our neighborhood in Middletown. She's a terrific person, a terrific leader, and I'm just very, very proud that I can call her a friend. Pat Charles. Also, Coach Riley, Rick Carberry, who's on the board of trustees at the University of Connecticut, does a great job. He tells me how great an athlete he was at South Catholic. How true is that? Two-time state champs. He said he was the guy that made all the baskets? Yeah, I know, okay. But I'd like to recognize Rick, who's with us here today and on the board of trustees. Also, we also have with us, too, Coleman Levy, who really attends all of our events and was the past chair of the UConn Foundation. And as you know, that's very, very important today as we move forward with the economics in the state of Connecticut. And we have an individual that here up from Washington, D.C., that really has helped me immensely in my leadership role at the University of Connecticut, and he is very active with the UConn Foundation, and that's John Greenblatt. John, I want you to stand and be recognized all the way up from D.C. I know you're going to the game, but thank you for being here today with us. And another trustee who just came in, Andrea Dennis Levine, a former South Catholic athlete also. Thank you, Andrew, for being here. South Catholic, it's unbelievable. They just keep on being all over the state of Connecticut from Hartford. Okay, now, Lou Brockett, our chairman of the Connecticut Connections, which is an unbelievable event coming up for the Chamber next Wednesday.
Well, good morning. This coming Wednesday, it's the Connecticut Connections. It's a new appearance of our business expo that we had in the past. We have a lot of things going on that day. First, we kick it off opening up with our opening ceremonies at 11 a.m. Then we have our annual Small Business Awards at 11:30 for luncheon. At 1:30, we kick off with the Women in Business Striving for Excellence, Not Perfection. On the energy side, we have the Energy and Vendor Forum brought to you by Eversource. And then finally, the Insurance Improving Employee Health Values, Basic Strategies for Better Care. And it gets even better as we go along. We have the Blue Zone Project starting at 3. At 3:15, we have another women's event talking about power pitch and networking event. Our Tourism Council, Let's Make a Deal. And then, of course, the Chamber's Insurance Trust, where you can learn about health plans and becoming an agent of change. And then finally, the last few things that we got going on that afternoon, at 4 o'clock, we have the Connecticut Young Professional Speed Networking Group, the new group that's called Muse, an event featuring an entrepreneur roundtable business and beer, and then finally, our business after work for all our members. One of the key highlights, we also have a couple of other things going on. The Middlesex County Fall Career Fair will be going on from 11 to 2:30. Our health and wellness is going to be sponsored by Middlesex Hospital, will be in the back area there. And then we have a couple new events. Where's Lucky Larry's scavenger hunt? Hey, do the scavenger hunt, win a prize. That's one of the most important things, right? And then professional headshots this year. We'll also have a photo booth. And then finally, at 7:30, this is brand new, all right? It's put on by the young professionals and all. We're going to actually have a trivia night. You know, I've been to around the area here to different restaurants and stuff where they have trivia nights going on. And if you want to learn something, that's the place to learn. As a football official, I'll tell you one thing. You know, we participate sometimes in those trivias. So come on out that night at 7:30 for our trivia night here and come enjoy the program all day long. Thank you very much.
Just a short break. We did have an individual that passed away over the past couple of weeks that was very active, believe it or not, with the Middlesex County Chamber of Commerce. He played in our golf tournament numerous years and also came to these breakfasts when we had Brian Cashman and other people up from the New York Yankees. So if we can just have a moment of silence for Gene Michaels, who was an individual that, as you know, his background with the New York Yankees and Chicago Cubs, very dear friend of Al Hamra's, but an individual that all of us here in Middlesex County, anyway, got an opportunity to know as he drove up from New Jersey and New York to support the Middlesex Chamber of Commerce. And I know that he'll be missed by a lot of people in sports, and we will miss him here in Middlesex County. So a moment of silence, please, for Gene Michaels. Thank you very much. Also, we have George is here, the owner of Mr. Chips and Mr. Chips restaurants, which are all over the state of Connecticut. George has gotten unbelievable active here with our chamber. But this is an individual that has helped out hospital special care. But as important to that is what he has done for the school district in Middletown. As you know, we have a lot of students in Middletown that are on lunch and breakfast. He has already given breakfast. He brings a mobile pancake truck up here to Middletown to 2 of the schools, and he's going to be doing another one in a month or so. George, I know you don't live in Middlesex County, but you have been an unbelievable supporter of so many things. Stand up and be recognized. Thank you. Okay, we're really fortunate to have here the Community Foundation led by Cynthia Clegg. And as you know, Cynthia got our Governor O'Neill Award last year. She's just a terrific leader in the nonprofit community and a good friend. They took an initiative on a few years ago, and Kevin knows this because we've done this at these breakfasts every year on bullying. And today, for remarks, is another unbelievable corporate citizen in the state of Connecticut, and that's Dave Director, who's very, very active and has been really active with this bullying campaign that the Community Foundation has done. But David Director comes from a long line of unbelievable people. His mom and dad were just phenomenal supporters of the Chamber and all of the nonprofit community. And I'm just honored that Dave is with us here today. As you know, Connecticut Lighting is his firm. He does a great job in that, but more importantly, he's a citizen that gives back to his community all the time. Dave, Director.
Thank you, Larry. 1 out of every 5 students reports being bullied during the school year. Students who are bullied are more likely to experience low self-esteem and isolation, perform poorly in school, have few friends, and suffer from depression, suicide thoughts, and anxiety. Bullying is very real, very dangerous, a very damaging problem in our schools, our businesses, and our community. But there is something you can do. I know because of my fellow business owners, we've done it. 8 years ago, a group of local business owners came together with the Community Foundation of Middlesex County to establish the Council of Business Partners Fund, continuing the work started by the Interfaith Golf Tournament, Congregation Adat Israel, and St. Mary's Church of Portland. We wanted to do something in our community to make an impact today and forever. The Council of Business Partners is a passionate group of people who care about youth and our community. Together, our businesses are working together to put an end to bullying. I'd like to recognize them and ask that they stand. Please hold your applause till the end. A&A Office Systems, A.R. Mazzata Employment Specialists, Belltown Motors, Best Cleaners, The Black Seal, Brown & Brown of Connecticut, Connecticut Lighting Centers, Direct Energy, East Hampton Rotary Foundation, Inc., Essex Printing and Events Magazines, Interfaith Golf Open Tournament, Livekine, Mahoney Sable and Company, Malov's Jewelers, M&J Bus Company, Polson Training Programs, Attorney Nancy Raska, the Rossi Group, Elizabeth Shulman, LMFT, and Suburban Stationers. That's the group. Thank you. We partnered with Rushford to develop the No Bully Zone program, a peer-to-peer train-the-trainer program designed to empower our youth and adults to put an end to all mean-spirited behavior. In 2014, we joined with new partners and took the program to the next level, the Campaign for Bully-Free Communities. Since we've launched the Campaign for Bully-Free Communities, more than 10,000 people have been through the prevention training. That includes students, teachers, counselors, parents, M&J bus drivers, and business owners who now stand up to bullying. Together with our campaign partners, Connecticut Association of Schools, Rushford, Empower, Leadership Sports, the First Tee of Connecticut, ICRV, DATGO, and Donnie Marshall, we are working to encourage a community of upstanders, not bystanders, and building a community of respect. We've awarded the Bully Free Community Spotlight Award to schools, organizations, and individuals that have demonstrated a commitment to creating safe, positive, and healthy communities. Past year recipients include Chester Elementary School, Woodrow Wilson Middle School in Middletown, Donnie Marshall, the Iverton Playhouse, Broadway actor Don Lyons, Westbrook High School, and M&J Bus Company. This year, the Bully Free Community Spotlight Award was presented at Essex Elementary School. Together, we've held an annual rally for bully-free communities at Empower Leadership Sports in Middletown. Each year, over 350 middle school and high school students, this year over 400, participate in team building and self-empowering activities led by our campaign partners and numerous community volunteers. Each rally ends up with us standing together and taking a pledge to be an agent of positive change. That same pledge is on your table. Please pick it up, sign your name, and join the more than 1,000 community members just like you who have already done so. Putting an end to bullying starts with something that simple. What else can you do? You can encourage employees, friends, and neighbors to sign the pledge with you. Just go to the website bullyfreemiddlesexcountycf.org or go to the Campaign for Bully-Free Communities on the Facebook page. There you can sign the pledge and learn more about what's going on throughout Middlesex County. It takes passion and teamwork to tackle tough problems. Positive results come from the positive leadership and action. We don't have to look too far for evidence in that of two former NBA players and UConn basketball teammates, Coach Kevin Ollie and Donnie Marshall. Donnie, who is on the UConn Board of Trustees and is our campaign spokesman. Their commitment to being positive influence on young people is an inspiration for us all, to be positive role models in our communities, to work together, pool our resources, and make good things happen today. One more item of note, October is National Bullying Prevention Month, so the timing couldn't be better to take a stand and be an upstander. Sign the pledge, visit the website or Facebook page, talk to a council or business partner member, or anyone from the Community Foundation. Join us. Thank you.
Our next breakfast is November 6th, and this is a big breakfast. Phil Cacciola is with us here today, who chairs that Support the Troops Honor to Veterans. We have coming to this is Colonel Christopher Beckert, Director of the Center for Strategic Leadership, U.S. Army War College from Carlisle Barracks, Pennsylvania. It's a big event. It'll be like today, well over 500 to 600 in attendance. So make sure you sign up for that. That is November 6th. Honor to veterans, support the troops, which is very important. Before introducing Bert, I just want to say a couple things about Kevin Ollie. Kevin, as you know, received our role model from the Chamber and was the first one to receive it, by the way. And Kevin Ollie, as an athlete and as a coach, there is none better. He is a true role model. He does not change from day to day. He wears his heart on his sleeve and his dedication to his players and his love of the University of Connecticut. I am so proud of this man, and I just want to publicly say that. He's an unbelievable coach, and if all of our coaches in the country were like Kevin Ollie, we wouldn't have some of the problems that we're having throughout the country in some of the NCAA situations. But Kevin, thank you for being with us here today. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you 365 days that you are at the University of Connecticut. You're just an unbelievable person. And now, Connecticut. Connecticut is one of those great companies that we have in the state of Connecticut, and Bert will be introduced in a second, but I would like to personally recognize Kim Kahn, who has done such a great job working with our chamber, and Johanna Bond in my office. Connecticut has been a longtime member of our chamber, has been supporting of us for many, many, many years. They're a great company. They do a great job with health benefits, but more importantly, they give back to the community on an ongoing situation, and I'm very proud of them. Bert Wachhausen, Senior Vice President, Chief of Sales and Marketing Officer, and a former UConn women's basketball player, which I see all those other titles, right? She has more than 30 years of senior leadership experience at the national and regional health plans, including co-founding a health benefits startup. She earned her bachelor's degree from the University of Connecticut. And this is a quote from her: "As a Connecticut native, it's great to play a part in bringing high-quality, easy-to-use health insurance to the residents of our state." We're very, very honored and happy to have Bert with us today. Thank you, Bert.
Larry's always so kind in highlighting this celebrity that I've been riding for over 35 years. You know, you may be doing this, but a lot of times when I meet people and they hear that I played for the UConn women's program, if they've been following the program for a very long time, they try to figure out where I fit. And it's almost like, you know, they have a timeline in their head, and they're trying to kind of place me on the timeline. So the analogy I'll use, it's like they're a paleontologist trying to figure out where the bones they just found belong on the timeline of the universe. And so they'll look at me and they'll say, "Are you the Lobo era? are you the Walters era? I said, thank you. No. Oh, you must be the Wendy Davis era. And it's, no, actually, it's before that. It's the, it's BG. It's before Gino. And they say, oh, I see. It's the Jurassic era. So, Larry, thank you so much. Connecticut is very, very proud to sponsor this event. We've been doing this for a very long time. We feel very connected to the Chamber and to the community of Connecticut, all the communities in Connecticut. We are Connecticut's health plan, and we take that job and responsibility very seriously. We work deep into our communities to try to improve the lives of the residents of Connecticut. So if you have Connecticut insurance, let me thank you. Whether that be you purchase an individual policy or you have our benefits through your workplace, or you're in our Medicare Advantage program. Actually, or if you are an employee of the state of Connecticut, or your spouse and have benefits through the state, we actually administer the health enhancement program for the state of Connecticut. So all in, we touch just under 500,000 lives here in the state of Connecticut. And again, we take that very, very seriously. It's that connection to the state that we're proud of, the connection to the Chamber that we're very proud of, and it's the connection also to Kevin and UConn that we're very proud of. We have a similar mission with Kevin. You hear all the time about what he's doing on the court and his role as a coach, but it's important to point out, I think, the work that he does in the community here in Connecticut with Kevin's Court and the charity foundation that he has. So Kevin's Court, if you don't know about it, Kevin and the foundation have brought basketball courts to 3 communities and growing, specifically designed for kids with disabilities so that they can take a shot. So it's important, again, the connection to the Chamber is important to Connecticut, and to make sure that you all know that we are connected in mission with Kevin and what he stands for in the community. So I'd like to get on with it then, Kevin. I'm sure everybody's ready to hear you speak. Kevin and I were just talking a little bit about leadership and what goes with that. And I don't want to steal his thunder, but there's a lot of pressure when you're trying to be a leader and you step forward as a leader. There's pressure, there's a target on your back, and Kevin's going to spend a little bit of time talking about that. We at Connecticut know what that's like too, especially in this very turbulent times with healthcare in the nation. So it's my pleasure on behalf of Connecticut to introduce Coach Kevin Ollie.
Please sit down, please, please, please. I always got to stay on script with Larry here. He wants us to get out by 9 o'clock, so I have to stay on script. And please, our student athletes, I think the NCAA got a little bit more other things to deal with than us taking pictures here today. So please, no pictures, but if you're 7'2", I'll meet you by the gas station across the street over there when Dave is gone. So I really want to thank you for coming out and enjoying this time with me. It's always a pleasure. I was talking to a fellow outside. I say I know I always got a job when I come to this hotel. So this is a good thing when I come here and speak to you all this morning on this breakfast. The first thing I really want to talk about is our great president, President Herbst. I know she's not in attendance today, her and Rochelle. Just the job that she does, being a leader, having a target on her back, stepping out for what she believes in and higher learning. We all know about the budget cuts. I'm glad it got vetoed, but we're going to still have some cuts to our university. And those cuts are going to really impact a lot of people's lives, especially our students at the University of Connecticut. Some of our satellite campuses is going to affect that. It's also going to affect UConn Medical Center, that is dear to my heart. My son was born there, had surgery there. If it wasn't for the care at UConn Medical Center, he wouldn't be here. My mother also had 2 cancer bouts at the UConn Medical Center. If it wasn't for the wonderful people there and the dollars that this state give back to our medical center, she wouldn't be here. She wouldn't be alive. So I really want y'all to take into account of what Susan Herbst is doing. I'm encouraging her. I'm behind her 100%. I commend her efforts. When you're a leader, you're going to have to step out. You're going to have to step out and believe that fear can't hold you back. There's two dimensions of fear. One dimension of fear is fear of failure. The fear of failure, and I'm really talking to the young kids that's in the audience today, don't have a fear of failure, all right? The good is good as the enemy of great. Sometimes you can shoot for something low and hit it and stay at that mark. But I really want to tell you and really want to stress to you the fear of failure. It's also giving yourself permission to succeed. I want everybody in here to give yourself a permission to succeed, because there's so much anger in the world. All the great fighters will tell you they can't win a fight if they're angry. You can't. When people want to argue with you and throw arrows at you and say you're not good and say you're not good at that, only thing they want you to do is get emotional, because you can't think rational when you're emotional. So as a great leader, as somebody that believes in their self and believe in their character and believe what they're doing, stay rational. Don't be emotional about it. And I had a lot of opportunities last year to get real emotional. But at the end of the day, I always want to teach my young men it's about commitment, but behind commitment is character. If you don't have character behind your commitment, you have chaos. You have chaos. So when you have a commitment, have the character behind it. And that's what I really want to stress to all of you all today. There's 5 things that I want to stress that our team is going to be really trying to perform on the basketball court. First of all, we want to stay healthy throughout the season. That's the first and foremost thing. I have 11 new players pretty much. I have 2 players that pretty much played the whole season last year. That's returning. And that's Jalen Adams, our big-time point guard, 2 guard, and also Christian Vital. Those are 2 returning that played pretty much the whole season last year. I have 11 new guys now. So when Dave Benedict comes into practice and Vic sometimes comes into practice, what we're really trying to do is establish toughness, because we can do all the X's and O's and all the different things like that, but we got to establish the toughness. And any coach, anybody that stands up right here, your approach to anything and anything to the team is what you identify yourself with. And thinking of Coach D and thinking of our past teams, I think he identified me because he used to always say it as always working. Even when I didn't feel like working and I got up in the morning, I hear Coach D say, always working. Now I'm tired, Coach Calhoun's beat me down and this and that, but he's always saying, always working. So as me, as a basketball player and as a leader and as a coach, I always want to live by that motto. But I want my teams to reflect that motto each and every day. And, you know, and that's what we're going to try to do. Hard work is undefeated. You're entitled to absolutely nothing in this world. To our teams, you're entitled to absolutely nothing in this world. Basketball game is not going to give you nothing unless you go out there and work for it. And that's what we want to do. That's what we want to stand on this season. Also, poise. You have work ethic, you have poise. I want them to understand the poise. When you get in a difficult situation, how do you respond to that? 80% of success is how you respond. It's not what's happening, it's not what's coming towards you, it's how you respond to it. And that's what we want to do. Last year we had to respond in a different way. But this year we're going to learn from that. And we're going to be a better team from what we went through, because we're still standing. And that's what we're trying to preach to our new guys. Also, enthusiasm. You have to have enthusiasm for the day. How many trailblazers I got in here? How many trailblazers I got in here? Do I got any trailblazers in here? Do I have any trailblazers in here? Wake up. If you're going to be a leader and you're going to be you're going to be somebody that's going to be outstanding. Not great. I'm talking about outstanding. You got to be a trailblazer. You got to have enthusiasm for life. I wake up every morning, I have enthusiasm about life. I don't care what's going on. Because I get another day on this earth. I get another time where Larry McHugh can say, Coach Kevin Ollie, head men's basketball coach at the University of Connecticut. I pinch myself every time I hear that. Every time I hear that. Because I know the hard work and the dedication I put into it, but it's also the people around me, like Coach D. I see Rudy Johnson in the audience. I hear Dave, director, talk about Donnie Marshall. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for people in my life. So I hate when Larry say that about Kevin Ollie. I put my head down because it's not about me. It's about all the wonderful people I have around me. And that's why I always want to stress to my young kids that it's not about you. It's about the people that you can touch. And I want them to understand that each and every day. The fourth thing I want to talk about is confidence. A truly confident person is prepared. Prepared properly, deliberately, intentionally, and that breeds success. So always have confidence in yourself. Like you say, well, like I say, when you step out, you're going to be attacked. People do not like change. When you change something, people are not going to like it. Just trust me. Trust me. They're not going to like it, but if you have conviction about your change and you really believe in it, they'll understand it. They'll understand it. But you can't have a fear of failure and sit back and say, I'm not going to do something because I'm afraid to lose it. You got to go out there and try to succeed. And the last thing is discipline. Having focused attention to your effort. Discipline is a choice. It's doing what needs to be done when you don't feel like it. Sometimes I don't feel like it. Young kids, sometimes you're not going to feel like doing your chores. You're not going to feel like doing your homework. You're not going to feel like doing some things in your life. And you might say, oh, it's unfair. But discipline is all about that. It's all about pushing the next envelope, going the extra mile when you don't feel like doing it. When everybody might be telling you you're doing it the wrong way, but if you believe in yourself and you have discipline to get up every morning and take on the day, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And you have to have discipline. You have to have character. How you recognize somebody with character, please listen to me. Please listen to me. It's not what they do, it's what they will not do. It's what they will not do. If you really want to look at somebody's character, look how they treat the people that don't owe them anything. Look how they treat somebody that just brought them a cup of tea. Watch the people, watch how they treat people. Because I treat, Dave Benedict good because he keeps me with a job. I gotta treat him good. But what about the people that don't owe you nothing? How do you treat them each and every day? Now that's true character. That's true character. And at the end of the day, I know I need to win. Trust me, I need to win. Every game I need to win. But I'm really trying to build my young kids to win in life. Now, if we win in life, we're going to win basketball games, trust me. Trust me, but they're going to be better fathers. They're going to be better husbands. They're going to be better people in society. And that is the true win game at the end of the day. At the end of the day. And leadership does not start in the front right here. Leadership starts in the back. Leadership starts in the back. And I don't want to call her out, but LaRib should be up here in the front with me. My beautiful executive assistant. Because she leads me every day. She leads me every day, and that's where it takes. It takes everybody in the back. It takes everybody in the front to get something special done here. Just a couple notes for our team. We're extremely excited to start the new season, and I know you all are too. Exciting first week of practice. Everybody's healthy. We had to hold out Al Tariq for a couple days to get a stronger, sturdier brace. He's practicing right now, full speed, and it's really giving our perimeter players, our guards, that dynamic two-guard look that we always try to have. It's something that, you know, Coach D incorporated a long time ago, Coach Calhoun incorporated a long time ago, having multi-facilitators on the basketball court. And I always try to continue that. I think the best teams have 2 point guards on the basketball court at all times. And that's what I think we had with Al Tariq and Jalen kind of pushed into that focus point last year, where we had to play point guard majority of the whole year. Having him, Antoine Anderson, our fifth-year grad student from Fordham, and then Christian Vitale coming back, who was probably our toughest player at the end of the season. It showed a lot of fortitude and showed a lot of mental toughness to get through the season. We have that, and so I think we have a real strong backcourt, and we're going to really depend on them guys a lot, not to turn the ball over, to have poise in key situations, because when the game is on the line, I have to trust my point guard to deliver the basketball to the right people on the basketball court. So I think I really have some great court generals with Jalen and Al Tariq. Our wing players, Terry Larrier, who was our second leading scorer, my second leading rebounder before he got hurt last year in Maui, where he tore his ACL. He's coming back. He's pretty much haven't played for the last 2 years, coming off his transfer rule where he had to sit out from VCU, tore his ACL in the third game of the season. He's coming back. I really want y'all to, you know, take your time with him. Everybody's hyping him up, Terry Larrier, but he hasn't played in 2 years. And I'm not going to sit here and say he's not a good player and he's not a great player. He has the potential to do that. But it's going to take a little time, and he's working his way back into things, and I think he's going to have a great season for us. We also love versatility, and Terry brings us that versatility where he can be a 3D guy. When we talk about 3D guy, we want our guys to shoot three-pointers, and we want them to play multiple positions on defense. So when you hear me say 3D, that's what I'm talking about. We want our guys to shoot threes, and we want our guys to be versatile where they can guard the 1 through the 4. Terry has that capability. Also, Tyler Poley has that capability. He's going to be another wing player, a freshman from the Orlando area. And also, we have Sid Wilson, a transfer from St. John's. He's also going to come in and play some vital roles for us this year if he gets cleared by the NCAA to play this year for us. He has a waiver that's pending right now. Our bigs, everybody know we need bigs, we need rebounding. I think Dave Benedict and Vic knows I'm stressing that a lot. They've been up close hand and seeing what we've been trying to do and what we've been trying to establish. I thought last year we did a great job rebounding. Not a great job, we did a better job. We was third in our conference in rebounding margin at 4 a game. But the leader was SMU at 9. So we still have a lot of work to go, a lot of work to do to get up to SMU and get up to Cincinnati. Cincinnati was probably roughly like 7.9. So we was third, but that's a big gap. That's a big gap, and we need to close that gap. And the only way we close that gap is by hard work. We have Mamadou Diarra coming back from chronic knee injuries last year that plagued his season, didn't even play a game for us. So he's going to be coming back. He had a great tour over in Spain this past summer, and I think he's coming back with renewed confidence and self-assurance that he can get out there and really play and do a great job for us. We have Eric Cobb, a JUCO player from the state of Florida, from Jacksonville. Rudy, old stomping ground, so we know he's tough. We got David Orana, our fifth-year senior, also from Cornell. He's going to be holding down the fort for us down in the bigs, and then we got some exciting young bigs. Quentin Williams, an outstanding athlete, Josh Carlton, and Isaiah Whaley that's going to join our backcourt, our bigs, and with our great backcourt that we have. So just going through that lineup, I understand That's why my voice is not that hoarse as it usually be. I have to have patience. I can't be yelling. Instructing as much this year. I have to really have poise and have patience with them. It's going to be some ups and downs early in the season. I know that for a fact. But I think this team is going to endure the ups and downs. They're going to relish in the adversity, and they're going to keep getting better and better. The thing that I love is our depth. Our depth. I was talking to Bert earlier. She was talking about the top 5. We're down to top 3 now. We had the top 5 freshmen. We had 2 transfers, but we're at the top 3, and I think those 3 are real good. We're doing a great job recruiting. Pretty much our 2018 class is pretty much done, and that's wonderful because now we can go out 2019 and 2020 and really be active in the hotbeds of high school basketball right now. We got a small, I can't say that name, but we got a small general. We got a real big guy that's coming in, and we got a medium guy that's coming in that can really shoot. I can't say their names because of NCAA rules because they haven't signed a letter of intent, but you're going to really fall in love with the class that we have coming in. And I'm just excited. And before I close, I just want to say a couple things. You have 2 hands, all right? You have 2 hands. You have one hand to fight, and you have one hand to build, okay? That's why God gave you 2 hands, all right? You're going to have to fight sometimes, but you can't lose sight of what you're building, all right? Now, if you're building, you can't lose sight of what you're fighting each and every day. So use your 2 hands. Use your heart, use your mind to be successful. Use those things. Understand, young people in the audience. Build, fight. Dream, work. Build, fight, dream, work. It goes all hand in hand. It goes all hand in hand. I hope everybody comes out and support us. I wanted to start by filling up the rent tonight. And when I say support us, I'm talking about UConn. UConn. And that's why President Herbst is so vocal. That's why our great AD is so vocal, because we don't want any of our sports at Connecticut to disappear. None of them. None of them. So I want y'all to all be standing behind us as we go out. We have free tickets over there. Get as many as you want to. We don't have sweet passes, do we? So you'd have had everybody up there. But we really, we really want y'all to enjoy the football game. I really enjoy coming up here and speaking to all the smiling faces. I see so many people in the audience that supported me, that was here the first time when you asked me to come up here and speak. And just to see y'all faces still here, watching me grow as a coach, watching me grow as a man. Coach D seen me when I was in high school, when I was a junior in high school, and us to still have this relationship is great. Coach Calhoun is back coaching again. The world is just evolving, so we're all happy. I want y'all to live life with joy. I want y'all to win today. I'm so excited for this season. I'm so excited for what UConn has in the future. We got to keep battling, and we got to keep building. Go Huskies.